red light is on and it is steady recording. Okay. Hello, my name is Major Greg Arabian. I'm Oral History Project Director for Post 41 AMVETS, the Corporal Paul S. Manoukian Post in Watertown, Massachusetts. And today we're taking the oral history of one of our comrades, PFC Berj Manoukian from Boca Raton, Florida, and a member of our post in Watertown, Massachusetts. I take it, Berj, that you spend most of your time in Florida, but when it gets too hot down, I suppose.
Well, it is a relief.
It's a relief.
Yes.
Okay. We're just going to have an informal discussion with Berj, and we're going to ask him a few questions with regard to his service, his experiences, his medals, and his feeling about the war. He served in World War II, and his feeling about present day circumstances. The date today is Sunday, September 14, September 14 in the year 2003. Those who will be viewing this video may be viewing it in the year 2003, 2010, maybe 2050, when we are long gone. And we hope that the experiences that we relate will offer some history as to what these veterans went through and why they went through it. Berj, let me ask you this now. You're in Boca Raton, Florida now?
Yes.
And I have it here that you served with the 110th Regiment of the 28th Infantry Division of the United States Army.
That's correct.
And were you drafted or did you enlist?
I was drafted.
We didn't have a volunteer army in those days, did we?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
No.
And you were born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania?
Yeah. Yes.
And what were your parents' names?
Zabel was my mother, and Tatios was my father.
Mm-hmm. And where did they come from?
They came from, one was Sepastasi, and the other one was from Gurun,
Okay.
Armenia. Yeah.
So we have your father from Sepastya.
Yes.
And that's in Armenia?
I believe that's in Turkey.
It was in Turkey, but of course we claimed that it was Turkish-occupied Armenia, I suppose.
Yeah.
And your mother was from where?
Gurun.
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 Now that's in Turkey.
Yes.
And when did they come to the United States?
In the year I was born, 1924. They came over from France on the boat. Actually, that's where I was born, right on the boat.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How long were they in France?
Oh, I really couldn't say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so where did they land? In New York or Boston?
In Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Yes.
And is that where you grew up?
No, I was only there less than a year, and we moved up to Watertown.
You did?
Yes.
Any reason why?
Oh, I guess my father got a job in the Hood Rubber Company up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's in Watertown.
That was in Watertown, which is now defunct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so you grew up in Watertown, went to Watertown schools?
Well, I was only in Watertown till the 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Then we moved to Somerville. My father opened up a grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And we moved over the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And I finished off my school years in Somerville.
So I graduated from Somerville High School?
Yes.
When did you first think of joining the Army?
Well, I had no choice. I was 18 years old, and they started the draft. And I got called, my brother and I, as a matter of fact. And we went in December, we were inducted December of 43.
So you were inducted as a 1A,
Yes,
1A classification?
yes.
And what is your brother's name?
Diran.
Diran.
Yes,
Okay. And he went in with you?
yes.
How, is he older or younger than you?
No, we're supposed to be twins, but
Ah.
actually, we don't look alike that much, but what
Were
they
you
call-
both born at the same time?
Yeah,
Oh, I see. Okay. Where is your brother now?
he's living in Woburn,
Woburn, Mass.
yes.
What does he do?
Right now, he's retired.
He is.
He doesn't do anything. He used to work for the, in the federal building in Boston, worked for the General Services, then retired from there, and he's been retired ever since.
Okay. Now, you were drafted into the Army.
Yes.
Do you recall your first days in the service? Tell us what it felt like.
Yes, well, we went down to Camp Blanding, I believe it was Florida. Yeah,
Camp Blanding?
I believe so, yeah. And that's where I got my basic training.
What did that consist of?
Well, you know, how to fire a gun, take care of the rifle, and go on these marches, forced marches, yeah, to keep you in shape, get you in shape.
What kind of weapons did you use?
M1s.
Was it an actual rifle, or did they have enough
It was
to?
actual rifle.
Okay. So other than rifle training and marching, what other types of training did they give you?
That's all the training we got, because they were in at that time, I guess they were in a rush to get you overseas. And whatever training, whatever extra training that there was supposed to be done, they didn't have time for us.
Okay. Did they train you on your way over?
No,
Did you receive any training or instruction on your way overseas?
no, we went on a limey boat
Okay.
going over, and we all got sick.
Okay. Did you leave for Europe from Camp Blanding?
No, we went up to Fort Dix, I believe it was.
From Florida?
Yeah,
What did they teach you at Fort Dix?
nothing, just stay there until we got
Processed.
passage over.
And did you receive any other instruction other than in marching and using the rifle and your weapons?
No, not
Nothing.
that I know of.
So you were an infantry foot soldier.
Yeah, right.
Was your brother with you?
Yes, all the way,
Really?
yes.
And how did he fare?
Well, he got hit the same day I did.
Uh-huh.
As a matter of fact, it was a counterattack. And they threw mortar shells at us, and we both got hit at the same time, at the same day, I should say.
Really?
Yeah. He
So-
lost an arm, and I lost an eye.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. But when you went to Europe, did you go directly from Dix to the battlefield?
No, we went to, I believe it was someplace in Scotland, then we came down by truck to the shoreline, where it was Southampton, I think. And then from there, we went over to France. This was about 1 week, or 10 days after the invasion. Yeah,
The invasion
It's
being
too-
June 6th of
Yeah.
44.
yeah, we went into St. Lo,
St. Lo.
yeah.
Was, what beach was that? Was that Omaha Beach?
I believe it was Omaha, yeah.
Did you know Haig Hartunian?
Only excuse me, only from the post. I didn't know him over there.
You didn't realize that Haig Hartunian was one of the chief's combat engineers who blew the hole in the cement wall at Omaha Beach.
No, I didn't know that.
That's very interesting. I learned later on. Too bad we didn't get his history.
Yeah, I know
But
it.
he was one of the combat engineers who used the bandolier torpedo.
Oh, yeah, right.
Did you land, when did you land in France? When did you land on the beach?
Oh, must have been about, like I said, about the 16th of June.
16th of June, that would
Yeah.
be 10 days after
Yeah, right.
the invasion.
Invasion, right.
Tell us what it was like.
Well, you know, I was 18 years old, like my brother. That was right up to then. Right up to there, it was like a travelogue. We went
Right.
down. No problems. We went through the beach, trucked over to St. Lo, where my division made its headquarters.
So you didn't have to do any fighting on the beach.
No, it was all over then, by then. Yeah.
Describe what the beach looked like to you.
Well, it looked peaceful, calm. As far as I was concerned, it didn't look like there was too much going on, even though it was one of the worst events. They had it all
They
cleared up.
cleaned it up in 10
Yep,
days?
yeah.
And a lot of trucks and,
Trucks, yeah, trucks.
yeah. How about piers, the wharfs and landing areas?
No,
So how did you get onto the beach? Did
By-
they use Higgins boats?
yeah. We went on those boats where the platform goes down.
That's Higgins' boat?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And were they able to get up to the beach, or did you
Yeah.
have to jump into
Oh,
the
yeah.
water and walk
No, up right up to the beach, yeah.
up? Okay. So from then, you went to St. Lo?
Yes, we got trucked to St. Lo.
How far is it to St. Lo, roughly?
Oh, see. I don't know, it must have been about at least 18 minutes away, I guess.
Really?
I would surmise.
All right.
I mean, I didn't keep no record of time or nothing.
Were there any periods of combat during that period of time?
No,
You
no,
weren't attacked?
everything was serene,
It
matter of
was.
fact, yeah.
And what happened when you went to St. Lo?
We,
When you got there?
we made our, excuse me, we made our meetings there with the 28th Division and waited for our orders. That's it. And we had orders to, because by that time, most of the Jerrys were fleeing. They had bombed St. Lo just before we got there. And whoever was left, the tanks were taking care of them, you know, the hedgerows and all that. And we were just the mop-up. Whatever was around, we went after them. But we didn't, excuse me, we didn't find anybody or anybody to hamper us until we reached the German Luxembourg line, Luxembourg Belgium line. Yeah.
How far down the road was that?
Oh, crazy. Some days away.
It was. So
Because we
you-
went into France, Paris. We spent the night in the park over there. And then we marched under the Arch de Triomphe.
Right.
Then from there, they took us into the Belgium, Luxembourg, where we went. Of course, there were one night we had a bombing affair that was passed over just that after that one night.
Who did the bombing?
The Germans, yeah.
So their Air Force wasn't completely decimated yet?
No, well, this was by 88, wasn't by the Air Force.
Oh, I see, I see. So they're using artillery?
Yeah. And then after that, we marched through the forest there. I think it must have been the Hurricane Forest. And there was a lot of activity that went on before we got there, because there was
This is the
charred bodies.
Yeah, Hercom Forest,
I
is it?
believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Charred bodies. There was pillboxes that were all firebombed. As a matter of fact, we spent the night with dead bodies in one of the pillboxes over there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Then after that, we went to the German line, border. I think it was Liège. Liège.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Still blinking.
Still. You know, John Janjigian passed away, you know. Yeah.
Okay, this is the continuation, tape number 2 of our oral history with Berj Manoukian
Yeah.
on September 14, 2003, Sunday. And John, let's go back just a little bit to make sure that we covered some of the prior description.
Okay.
Recounting the events, you arrived on Omaha Beach
Right.
by Higgins boats.
Right.
The Higgins boats brought you right up onto the beach,
Yes.
and there was no need for you to
No problem.
go into the water or anything like
No.
that. You said the beach was quiet and serene,
Yes.
and that there were no bodies.
Not that we can see.
All right. And from there, they trucked you from Omaha Beach to
St. Lo.
St. Lo. Now, you made camp at St. Lo and awaited for your orders.
Yes.
Is that right? Were you right in the city, St. Lo?
No. No, we were on the
On the outskirts?
Yeah.
Okay. And so the 28th Infantry Division received its orders at St. Lo
Right.
at some time. And this was about June 16 of 1944?
Yes, approximately.
Okay. And as I understand it, you moved out of St. Lo through the forest. What's the name of the forest?
Hurtgen?
Hurtgen?
Well, first of all, when we moved out by trucks. Then we went through into Paris, was in the Paris so-called victory parade, I guess,
Oh, yes.
on the
Through the Arc de
under the
Triomphe.
Arch de Triomphe. And after that, we were trucked into the forest in Belgium. And from there,
You encountered the enemy just in the forest. Would you say in the
well, we saw remnants of what was going on, what happened before, just before we got there. Burnt out pillboxes, dead bodies, charred bodies. We stayed overnight in one of the pillboxes, and after that we moved to Luxembourg and on the German, I believe it's the German Luxembourg line or German Belgium line, near Liège.
Liège.
Yes.
Okay. Let me back up a little bit and ask you, when you had the victory parade in Paris, how long were you in Paris?
Oh, overnight. We
Just
stayed in the
overnight.
park. In the park, we camped out in the park near there. When we grouped the following day, we marched through the toward the arch, underneath the
Arch de
Triomphe.
Triomphe. How were your needs taken care of? Your food, your sanitation, and all that sort of?
Well,
Did they have to cut up parts of the real estate to make latrines and things like that, or?
geez, I don't remember that part, how we ever got,
How
they
were
must
you,
have portables. Yeah,
how were you received?
good, good. They're all supposedly good. You know, everybody was happy to see us. And they all waving and cheering and this and that. But,
The next day you had to move out.
yeah,
All right. So we got you at the German Luxembourg line, is that it?
yes.
Okay. Now, is that still forest area?
No, that was beyond,
Open country?
yeah.
Okay.
And,
And that's where you got,
we went beyond the marginal line. You can see those defenses they're supposed to have set up.
triangular pieces of
Yeah,
concrete?
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, just beyond that, we made camp. Well,
Okay.
that's where we stayed.
In front of
Until-
the line or in back of the
On
line?
well, towards the German side,
I see,
yeah.
okay. And beyond the marginal line,
Yes,
it was open country?
yeah.
Okay.
And
Go ahead.
then from there, I guess we were waiting for further orders what to do, but that night, the Germans attacked us. That's where I got that
That's where
funny,
Yeah.
feeling.
The mortar attack.
Motor.
Uh,
No, it was, actually, the first time was that tank,
The tank with the flamethrowers?
flamethrower tank, yeah, and then there was a bunch of shots fired and all that stuff, but it didn't amount to much after that. We moved back to another area where they had dugout
Bunkers and things?
bunkers, yeah. And after that, that's when the counterattack arrived again by the Germans. And that's where they would throw mortars into our holes, into our area there, and that's where I got hit.
No. But you were in the dugout
Well, outside.
outside?
We were waiting outside to see what was going on. See, they were attacking us, and we were there waiting to see if they were going to come, you know, the Jerry's were going to come into the dugouts.
And all you were armed with was the M1
M1,
rifle?
yeah.
Did you have your own mortars?
We had our mortars, but I had nothing to do with that. Actually, I was a BAR assistant.
What does the BAR assistant do? A BAR is an automatic
Yeah. Well, I was supposed
machine
to
gun, right?
carry the ammo.
I
Yeah.
see. And what
But
do you do?
at that time, I was by myself. I didn't have no, I didn't have the ammo, I just had my own M1 with my own equipment. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you had no opportunity to set up your BAR there?
No, that's because we weren't on over ground, we were down. Yeah.
Was it a surprise when they counterattacked you?
Yes, I thought it was a surprise, yeah.
Okay. So, but nobody was captured? You all moved back?
That's where I got hit,
Okay.
yeah. I don't know what happened after that, because as soon as I got hit, they took me to field hospital, I guess it was. And
Were these hospitals set up in tents and so on?
I couldn't tell you because I couldn't see.
Yeah. Out of both
That's
your
what-
eyes?
Yeah, because both, even though one of my eyes was shut, the other eye was swollen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it went underneath my good eye, across my nose, into my good eye, the other eye. And
Okay.
I couldn't see anything until until they took me to the hospital, and,
It's a pretty scary feeling.
yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
then they took you to hospital in Paris,
Yes, that's where I got
treatment?
treated, and after that, they put me on a plane. It took me to Pennsylvania, as a matter of fact.
Directly?
Valley Forge,
Really?
yeah.
Directly from Luxembourg to Valley
Well,
Forge?
no, from Paris.
Paris
I went
to
yeah,
Philadelphia?
wherever the base was.
Were you able to see your brother?
No, I didn't see him. uh, I didn't see him until I got to the Valley. No, I haven't seen him at all until I came to the United States. Yeah,
Valley Forge?
yeah.
Did he see you at Valley Forge?
No, no. I called him up there. As a matter of fact, I didn't see him at all. He went to a hospital in Atlantic City, I think it was. In New Jersey, anyway.
I see.
And I just talked to him over the phone, that's all. I know where he was.
When were you able to regain sight in your remaining eye?
Uh,
Is that before you came back to Valley Forge?
Yes, before I came back to Valley Forge, I could see a little bit after that. That's where they gave me my prosthesis, whatever it is.
But but your one eye was able to see?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what happened after that?
Well, after that, I got an honorable discharge from the hospital. Yeah,
And you were awarded a Purple Heart?
yeah.
By whom? Or was it through just administrative channels?
I suppose administrative channels, you know.
Okay. And you returned
I returned to Massachusetts after that.
at Fort Devens?
I believe so. I'm not sure. It's-
Were your parents happy to see you?
Oh, yeah.
What was their reaction when you came back?
Well, they were very happy. They grabbed a hold of me and they all, well, my mother cried, and naturally, and my father, he was very happy, you know, he's not the crying type anyway, but
Right.
yeah,
So they were all happy to see you?
yeah, yeah,
So you returned home to Watertown?
yes, no, Somerville.
To Somerville, I'm sorry,
Somerville,
that's right.
Yeah.
How soon was it before your brother was able to return?
Well, it was some time after that because he still had to be
Rehabbed?
rehabbed at the hospital in New Jersey. And he met some girl over there, and I guess he went to her house over there, stayed over there for a while.
Okay.
Eventually they got married,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So, you say your brother lost his arm, were they able to give him a prosthesis?
They gave him a prosthesis, but those days it was bulky, heavy, bulky. Nowadays, I guess maybe it's sophisticated more.
Yeah, is he able to use it
But he never
now?
uses it.
Never use it?
No,
I see.
no, it's more of a hindrance than a help.
What happened when you came back to Somerville? What did you do next?
Well, my father had a little store there, and I helped him at the store, as long as we could. Then he sold the store, and we moved to Arlington.
But when you returned to Somerville, you were awarded disability, I take it?
Yes,
Did the service take care of you after that?
yes, anytime I needed needs. Matter of fact, I worked for the Veterans Administration for a couple of years,
You did?
yes,
In,
in Boston.
And what did you do there?
File,
File clerk?
yeah,
So you worked there for a couple of years?
yes,
In addition to helping out your father?
yep.
And
Because the store, he opened up at 6 and closed up at 12.
In the evening?
1 o'clock at night, no,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes in the morning.
Oh, I see.
Those days, there was no short hours. Yeah.
I see.
And I worked in the VA for a couple of years, and then I went into the post office in 1950.
Where was that?
in Boston,
In Boston Post Office?
yes.
Okay, all right. What did you do there?
It was a mail carrier,
You were a letter carrier?
yeah, letter
Okay.
carrier.
And how many years?
I worked for the post office 34 years.
And did you feel that your service-connected injury helped you get those appointments?
Yes, I did, because when you take a test, you go up higher than the regular,
Uh-huh. They give you preference?
yeah.
Did you feel that was fair?
I thought that was fair,
Yeah.
sure.
You felt the government treated you properly?
I thought so,
Yeah, you had no regrets?
no.
Following your return to home, did you follow the progress of the war?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, how did you feel about it?
I was glad it, well, actually, I heard about the Battle of Berj, and I said to myself, thank God I wasn't there, because I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have been back. Yeah,
Really?
and my division, I found out, was just about wiped out.
Really?
28th Division,
Really?
yeah.
Did you have any occasion to contact them anytime after the war?
No, because we never, I don't believe we had any meetings. There was nobody around to,
You had
from
no
the old,
reunions or anything like that?
no. There was, I don't think anybody left from the old regional, the regiment or the squad. They were all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you heard of the Battle of the Bulge, you knew that your division was right in the center of it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel that they were properly prepared for this? Properly trained? Or was it more a matter of surprise?
I think more a matter of surprise, yeah. Because I don't think they realized that they were going to, the Germans were going to concentrate on that one area,
Yeah.
yeah,
To some extent, it was a counterattack.
Yeah.
You'd already gone through a counterattack.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, when you came back home, I take it you worked for the government during the daytime and for your father at nighttime.
Yes.
And did you join any organizations when you came back, like veterans organizations or anything?
Well, I joined the VFW, but it never, and the Legion, but I never made it a point to go to any meetings.
Mhm.
So I dropped out of it
I see.
until I came to Watertown AMVETS.
Okay. How did you, how were you introduced to the Watertown AMVETS? When did you join first?
Oh, God. I don't know, in the 70s or 80s, I forgot.
Do you recall who brought you in? Or did you come in of your own?
I came in on my own mainly because at that time they had a bowling league.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And some of the fellows that I was acquainted with from the church,
Mm-hmm.
they,
That's St. James Church?
yeah,
And who was the, do you recall who the commander was at that time?
the commander, who was it? Was it Casey Bajoyan, I believe?
Yes.
I'm not sure, really.
Yeah, okay.
But also I know him from, because I used to deliver to the, where he worked as a
Uh-huh.
mail carrier,
Ah, yes.
letter carrier. Alva Press in Belmont,
Yes.
yeah. I
And he
guess-
knew of you being a veteran?
Yeah, and I guess maybe he might have been instrumental to get me in the AMVETS,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And what was it like when you met, when you came to meetings? What were the meetings like?
Well, it was like, it was good, but there was always the agitators.
Oh,
The
yes.
ones that were always complaining about this, complaining about that, when it didn't amount to that much,
I see.
yeah.
You had meals?
Uh,
Did they serve meals like they do today?
I don't believe so,
You
to tell you
didn't?
the truth. Yeah, if they did, I don't recall.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe my memory's gone, I don't know.
Now, I take it that after you returned from the war, you, they certainly didn't ask you whether you wanted to join up again
Oh,
or
no.
stay on because you were on disability,
No.
correct? Okay. And what hospital did you go to when you came back to Somerville, when you needed any problems with your eyes?
Well, I didn't go to the hospital, I went to the VA.
You went to the VA?
Well, of course, I worked for the VA anyway, but
Yeah.
because right next to it was Court Street.
Oh, yes.
There was a Veterans Administration right in there,
That's where the government center is today,
yeah,
on 15 Court Street.
17 Court,
17 Court,
Yeah.
yeah. As a matter of fact, I think
that was the
that's-
VA,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I remember.
yeah.
And do you think the VA treated you properly?
I thought so,
Yeah,
yeah.
And you understood that it was an accident of war that got you injured?
Yes,
And you obviously enjoy your association with the Veterans Organization, Post 41.
yes,
Now, and from your description, it doesn't appear as if you interacted with the local population too much. Is my correct in that?
in what way?
In France or in Germany, in England?
Oh, no.
Florida? It was all business?
All business. I never was a mingler,
Mhm.
and I'm not what you call an extrovert. I'm an introvert,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
But did you have any curiosity about what the country was like, what this country was, or what that country was like?
Well, to me, I never went into politics then. I thought, when I went to France, I looked at the countryside, it looked nice, hedgerows and, you know, pretty sights. And I never gave it a thought on, as far as I know, the people were good, showed good relations
Okay.
from France.
Tell me, can you describe a hedgerow for me?
Oh, that's, that's a bunch of bushes that, it's like a square. Square.
It's like a hedge?
Yeah,
Like hedges we see today?
Hedges. Yeah, well, no, it's thick, thick.
How high?
Oh, over your head,
Really?
yeah. Because you can't see anything on the other side, see? Just like what, unfortunately, people couldn't see, the boys couldn't see the tanks that were on the other side of those hedgerows when they were approaching it, because they were hidden. See? That's how high those were.
How thick were the hedgerows?
Oh, I said they were about 3 feet.
3
3
feet
to
thick?
5 feet, yeah.
And you say they were in squares?
Yeah, they looked symmetrical, very, very picturesque when you look at it from a distance looking down.
Why do you think they had hedgerows there? Was that a replacement for a fence or something?
No, I don't think so. I don't know why. I don't know what the real reason or why it was for. Yeah, maybe to make it tougher for the army to go through.
Were the tanks able to penetrate the hedgerows?
Not good. They had
No.
to have these special things in front of the tanks to go through them. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody told me that the engineers described a huge blade that they had in
Yeah.
front of the tank
Yeah.
that cut them down so that you could follow. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, going on the trucks once, there was a woman that was cut by one of these tanks, lying on the side of the street. Her stomach was open, and with this, you know, with these hedgerow blades,
Ah,
and unfortunately, the edge of that blade hit her in the stomach.
oh boy.
Oh, terrible sight.
Collateral damage.
Yeah.
What else can you say? Did you think much of collateral damage in those days?
No.
Civilians being
No.
killed or anything else like that? Didn't think of that.
At first, it was a horrible sight to see, but afterwards you get immune to it, right?
You
You
did.
see all the dead bodies and whatever, yeah. Yeah.
So death becomes pretty commonplace.
Yes.
So your career after the war was with the Veterans Administration and the Post Office,
Right.
and you received disability
Yes.
from the government.
Yes.
Okay. And even though you were drafted, you did your duty.
Yes, I thought we did.
Now, when was the date of your injury, Berj?
Mm.
You went in December 29, 1943,
Yeah.
and you say you got
Just
out in
before
May
the Battle of the
16
Bulge.
of 1945.
Right. Just before the Battle of the Bulge, we got hit.
Would that be in,
That was,
would that be in
Battle of the Bulge was in the winter, I believe.
Christmas of 44?
No, that was before that,
Before that?
yeah.
Because you landed on June 16.
Maybe October, September, October.
October of 44?
Yeah,
Okay. So you served really from December 43 to somewhere around October 44?
yeah,
When
yeah.
you got your medical
As
discharge?
supposedly as a active
Yeah, okay,
Army.
okay.
The rest of the time was either in the hospital, or training, or moving back and forth.
Right. Okay. How did you feel when the war ended?
Big relief.
Where were you when you heard the war ended?
Let's see. I believe I was 45. I was home,
You were
I
home.
believe, yeah. Yeah,
That came pretty close to the date when President Roosevelt died.
no, I don't know, I believe he,
Died in April 45,
was that what it was?
somewhere around there.
Oh,
Do you recall that day?
vaguely.
Vaguely.
At this, like I say, my mind is not too sharp anymore.
That's okay. Let me ask you this. Did you note during your 10 months, or whatever it was, in Europe, that we had air cover?
Yes, I know that.
Did you notice the Air
Yeah.
Force?
Yeah.
What kind of planes did you note that we had? Did you see?
Thunderbirds.
Mostly
Thunderbolts. or whatever
Thunderbolts,
they are.
P-47?
Yeah,
They came pretty close, they gave you
Yeah.
close air cover?
yeah, and P-38s,
You had P-38s?
yeah.
Yeah. Were you thankful that they were around?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
And were you near any airfields?
No, no.
You saw that you had air cover there.
Yeah.
And I think you mentioned that you had German bombers. You saw German bombers bombing.
No, I didn't see any German bombers at all. The only thing we, we got caught in was those 88s.
The 88s, I'm sorry,
And
that's right.
and the mortars there, and then that flamethrowers.
So we had pretty much air supremacy
Oh, yeah,
in the ETO.
oh, yeah, yeah.
And when I think of flamethrowers, I think all the time of the Americans had flamethrowers, but they had flamethrowers too.
Oh, yeah, sure they did.
Didn't they?
Scared the life out of me.
Really?
Even though I gave you that incident about the fellow running in front of the,
Yeah.
that seemed so, even to this day, I don't know why it seems so comical. I don't know. It's not it naturally wasn't a comical event, but to me, I don't know, I guess.
If he had caught him, it wouldn't be comical.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay. And did the 28th Infantry Division, were they equipped with flamethrowers at all?
Not that I know of,
Yeah.
that I could see. Maybe in another regiment, or another squad, I don't know, not mine.
Because Myron Kadarian, I think you know him.
Yeah,
He's since deceased. He was describing to me that they tried to train him as a flamethrower.
oh,
But this is with a a pack on
Oh,
his
yeah, I
back.
know in the back, yeah.
And
that's-
he didn't want to get involved there.
He, Myron Kadarian is deceased?
Oh, yes, about a couple months ago.
Oh,
Yeah, I took his oral history.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you think you can describe that would be helpful to generations to come?
no, all I can say is, war is, of course, I was 18 when I went in,
Mhm.
and I didn't know any better. But
Yeah.
war is savage, brutal, and sometimes, sometimes inhuman.
Mhm.
Yeah. You
You
say to
f-
yourself, how can one human go after another human being, mainly because of idiots and insane people trying to get more power? That's it.
Did you think you were the pawn of politicians?
At that time, I didn't even get politics a thought. No.
You had a great deal of confidence in our president.
Yes. Whoever was the commander, Eisenhower,
Mhm.
we figured he knew exactly what he was doing. Yeah.
And so you
And
didn't have any...
Bradley, Omar Bradley, yeah,
Bradley was with you?
yeah,
Yeah. And you felt that you could depend upon their judgment?
yeah, yeah.
And you had no feelings of any protest, or why are we doing this? Or
No, no.
Nothing
no,
like that at
Nothing
all?
like that at all.
You just did what you were told?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if that is it, we're going to end the oral history at this time. Hold on.
All right.
Okay, Berj, at this time, we're going to end this oral history
All right.
project of Post 41. We have about 30 oral histories, and we have about 120 to go,
Wow.
and that's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and I want to thank you for your participation
You're
in
welcome.
the oral history project, your willingness to release the information to generations to come.
Well, I don't know if I was too informative, but maybe my experiences were not, were a little limited.
I find that most of the veterans today, there's one thing they all uniformly state, and that is that they supported their country,
Yeah.
they believed in their president, they did what their superiors told them to do,
Right.
they had no feelings of protest,
No.
and even though you thought that war was the pursuance of some kind of political disagreement, that sometimes war is unfortunately necessary to resolve matters of power.
Yes, yes.
And in World War II, we were confronted with Hitler, who was a maniac,
Right.
obsessed with power, and we had to oppose him.
And not only Hitler, but Japan.
That's right.
That's the one who got us started on all this.
That's right.
Really.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So.
Well, we want to thank you for your participation,
You're welcome.
and we're going to end the oral history.
All right.
Thank you.
Right.